The accomplished string quartet is back again with a couple of new members. On the 22nd of April, they will perform at the Victoria Concert Hall. So let's get more from Chek Meng, a founding member of the Tank Quartet. Chek, you have named the program for the 22nd of April as Humble Beginnings. Why is that?
Hi, Melanie. Thank you for having me on the program. Well, the name, we chose the Humble Beginnings because when we started out 30 years ago, 4 young men just having fun, doing something they love and getting together to make music. And we didn't know that it was the beginning of a long journey together, and so now that 2 of our members have retired and we have 2 new members join us. So it feels like a new beginning, just like how we did 30 years ago.
Yeah, Chek, we bet some of your biggest fans over the years must be looking forward to seeing you live once again.
Well, I mean, yes, pandemic has made it kind of difficult for us to play concerts. And we have done some to very limited audiences in the past couple of years. But this feels like a new beginning. This feels like, we are back to normal, and we're really looking forward to meeting our old friends and fans again.
So we're wondering, what will concert goers be in for? Because many of your performances are very intimate. So can we still get that feeling from you when we see you perform live?
Well, the quartet, the old members, we believe in sharing our passion with our audiences. And we always we meet them after the concerts but during our performances, we'll be on stage. We won't be that close. So the only thing we can offer, I guess, is that we'll be back home where we started 30 years ago. Victoria Concert Hall is a stage where we started, and we really call it our home. And we feel at home, right at home there. And so we're looking forward to giving a nice show, a nice performance. This is also not just a show for our Singaporean audience. We are hoping to be ready to go on tour again internationally. And so this is our first steps back. And we hope that audience come and watch us and give us feedback on what we can do better, or just to tell us, okay, maybe you need to work harder.
Chek, can you maybe tell us, give us a bit of a sneak peek? What sort of classical works will you be doing then?
Well, it's a very standard classical piece. We're playing a piece called The Quinton by Papa Haydn, Joseph Haydn. He's called Papa because he was the inventor of classical string quartet music. He was also inventor of symphonies, okay? So he started writing for 4 people, string quartet, and that medium has endured to today. It's the piece itself is based on it's called Quinton because it's based on a falling fifth figure, and it's a very exciting, very robust at times, and very very elegant at other times piece. Now, the second piece we're going to play is by a composer called Alexander Borodin. He was a chemist by profession, so his music is kind of it's a really wonderful piece. He's got this very famous nocturne, which everybody will love. But his music is very kind of almost experimental at times. It's like you can imagine him trying out all sorts of different concoctions in his lab. It's like how I imagine how he wrote this piece. But it really is a piece that made a very good use of all the 4 string quartet members, very balanced, and So it created something very, it's one of the very popular pieces in the chamber music repertoire.
The way you're describing these people and their music, there's so much passion coming from you, Chek. And we're wondering, right, do you think the love for classical music has gone up in the past 30 years? Because nowadays everyone, almost everyone, a lot of people have access to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. So it's more easily accessible. So do you think anecdotally this love has gone up?
Well, I think we're happy that people can access classical music at all times, amongst other things. And everything has grown because of the internet. So, which means also that competition is is fiercer. You have such a big, wide range of choices of what you want to see online. So, I mean, as well, I mean, why would people choose to come to a live concert if they can hear, really top quality string quartets playing something somewhere in New York, for example? But I'm hoping that we will have a nice audience to come in, okay? And also, I mean, addressing your question about, definitely, I think the scene in Singapore has grown. We have many really outstanding musicians here, young musicians coming up in Singapore, and there's also the Conservatory of Music that's been established since 2003, which has produced many graduates, and they are applying their trade all over the world. And I think we should be quite proud of the Singaporean scene and how we have made our little contribution to the classical music world.
Chek, 30 years ago, the Tank Quartet came into MediaCorp, then SBC, for the morning show, and I was presenting it, and you guys performed for us. Such a long time ago. Now you say 2 members have retired. You've got 2 new members in the quartet, Han Oh and Wang Zihao. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, what can I tell you? We are very glad to have them. Unfortunately, I mean, of course, it's not. This time we always prepared for this when some of our members retire. It's a normal thing for string quartets. I guess for orchestras too, members retire and then new members come in. What I can tell you about Zihao and Han. Han is our new violist. Han is an award-winning violist. It's Grammy award-winning violist that he's very experienced, very multi-talented musician, and he's many years of experience playing as a string quartet members in the US as well. So, and he used to be Lionel, our old violist student. So he knows exactly what we are about. He's followed us since our first concert. So he knew, he has also played with us for 2 years while Lionel took a sabbatical about 10 years back. So Han knows exactly what we are all about. Zihao was our student at Yong-Siew Conservatory. He was a really outstanding cellist, and we've been monitoring his progress since he graduated. He stayed in Singapore to play with the Singapore Symphony Orchestra. And when the time for Leslie to retire, there was no other person, except Zihao, that we wanted to invite, and we're just happy that he agreed to join us. So we are hoping that with these new members, we will continue the work that we have done over the past 30 years and even improve on it. And now that we are on a fresh new journey.
Yeah, you have a super fan and an ex-student joining the Tank Quartet. So that's a great story. Now, you're going to make more stories as you go abroad now that COVID is more or less under control-ish. So do you have any overseas stints planned now that borders at many countries are opening up?
Well, we have nothing planned for this year, because this year we'll be really focused on our celebrating our 30th year as a string quartet with our new members. So, the pandemic in a way has been a blessing in disguise. With the change of members, we've had time to sit down and rehearse and work through repertoire without the pressure of having to present program straight away. So in that way, we've been like trying to find a new identity, with the two new members. So hopefully hopefully the invitations will come once they hear us back on the stage.
I'm pretty sure they will come, Chek, and we wish you all the very best with that. And thank you for being with us on Singapore Today. That was the founding member of the Tang Quartet, Chek Meng. The accomplished string quartet will perform on the 22nd of April at the Victoria Concert Hall. Tickets are available at beginnings.ptix.com.